This is demo 15. I'm going to start out showing you how to create a dome shape on the top of this cylinder. Some of you might want to do something similar for your spacecraft project. And so the first thing, you need two things for revolve. You need a shape and an axis to revolve around. So if you think about the Earth spinning around its axis. So I'm going to start out actually creating a line down the middle of this circle. And your dome could cover the whole surface or just part of it. And then I'm going to use an arc to connect that line. And so now I basically have a half circle. You could also use a full circle with a line in the middle, but you have to have this line in the middle to revolve around. So now I'm going to grab the revolve tool. Actually, I have to finish the sketch first. And then revolve asks you for two things. A profile, that's the shape that you want to revolve. So I'm going to make it turn a little brighter and then click on it. And then you need an axis, which is what you're going to spin your shape around. So in this case, I'm going to do that axis. So this is a full revolve. If it's joining and if it's going all the way around, it's 360 degrees. Now half of it is going back into the shape, but that's okay. It'll let us do that. You can also revolve around an angle. So I could do 180 degrees if I wanted it to just go halfway and not go back inward. Again, that doesn't matter though. I could go 90 degrees so that it goes only partially through and then stops. Or I could go any angle that I wanted. So I could go, let's say, 45 degrees. In this case, I'm going to go 180 because I want it to cover the whole top. And that's going to make a dome. So I can click Enter or OK. And so that's what that looks like when we're done. And now I'm going to show you how to do a similar thing but on the bottom and scooping it out. But this time I'm not going to cover the whole face just so you can see some of the options that you have. So I'm going to again start with, this time I'll do it this way just for fun. I'm going to start with a line smaller than the diameter of this circle on the bottom and then connect those with another arc. I'm going to make this arc not quite half, the radius not quite half of that diameter so that the kind of dome shape doesn't really look like a dome, it'll look different. This is going to be a scoop. And so when I'm finished with that, I will finish sketch and then loft. Again, I'll select my shape. Oops, I meant to click revolve. So let's do revolve, revolve, and then select my shape and then click on axis and select my axis. And this time, instead of joining and going around all the way, I'm going to have it cut. And again, I can have it cut all the way around. It doesn't matter if it's cutting into space some, it'll let us do that, or I could cut it just a portion of the way. In this case, I'm going to let it scoop it out all the way around 360 degrees, and that's what that looks like. And so you can adjust your arc and line shapes to make any kind of shape you want. You can also do, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this revolve and show you a couple other shapes. You can also, if I wanted a cone on the top of this face, I would want I need a vertical cone to spin it, a vertical triangle to spin it all the way around to make a cone. But I don't have a plane to sketch on, and so one thing I want to show you is these origin planes, which is a way to get a plane that you've already got from your original sketch. So I'm going to turn on one of these vertical planes like this one, right click, check visibility, and then I'm going to sketch on this plane. And I'm just going to kind of hand draw a triangle here. So I'm going to start a line on the top in the middle and go out to the edge. Again, you can make this any shape that you want and then back down to the original. Remember, it has to be a completely closed shape. And then when I finish that sketch and revolve it, it knows I want to revolve that sketch, and then I'm going to select the axis, and if it goes all the way around, I have a cone. Pretty cool. And you can make any shape that you want when you revolve. I could start another shape on this axis on the bottom, and I could just make some kind of crazy shape. This is the last one I'm going to show you. I could go out and then, I don't know, I'll make this kind of look like a tree. If I make a half of a tree shape and come back around to the beginning and finish that sketch and revolve it, it's going to go around this axis and make a kind of tree shape. And that's what that would look like. So that's a couple things you can do with the revolve tool. Very useful on this spacecraft or space exploration project.